Warning: this program typically features strong language, sexual innuendo, politically incorrect commentary, and real stories from the road. Viewer discretion is advised. We left off last time driving through Wyoming, surrounded by some of the most epic scenery we'd yet experienced in North America. This time around, we hang out with a travel series regular before continuing to head on our journey to the Arctic. But first, we spend some time camping at one of our favorite places in the US of A.
Yes, our favorite. Is it our favorite camp spot
In America?
in America?
In the United States?
I think so.
I think it is. We tried to get to it.
Yeah, so if you guys remember from season 2, Camp Thunder Chicken,
Yes.
that's where we were trying to get to. Wow!
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir. We fucking made it.
Hell
This
yes.
is dope. In
But-
Curtis Canyon, which is in Bridger Teton National Forest, just outside of Jackson, Wyoming.
It's crazy beautiful because you're up at a high elevation, but not super high, so you have a really good vantage point of the valley.
And a good vantage point of the Tetons,
The
right
Tetons
across the
right
valley.
across the way. Yeah, it's kind of ridiculous that we can even access it like we do for free.
And it has 4G. So we
Even
can
better.
we can work there as long as we have food and water and power, which we have solar and there's
Yeah.
enough sun there. We can just work there all the time. So we went to Curtis Canyon to try to go to Camp Thunder Chicken,
Yeah.
but that part of the road was still closed. It hadn't opened yet. So we found another camp, which was
Pretty freaking amazing.
yeah.
Like-
I mean, I'm not going to complain. It's not Camp Thunder Chicken, but it
No.
was damn close.
It was damn close.
We called that place
Storm's Landing?
Storm's Landing or Storm's End.
Storm's End?
We always name our campsites because we're stupid. we're pretty like, lame nerds.
But it actually, we were there for what, 2 weeks? I think?
2 weeks camping. We're just going to call it Storm's End. It probably isn't that. It might have been Storm's Landing. And the reason we called it that actually is because a lot of storms would roll through while you're sitting out here on this ridge
Yeah.
with like steep drop-offs on either side. All right, it's about 5:45 in the morning. We're still here at this camp spot in Curtis Canyon across from the Tetons. And about 15 minutes ago, we woke up to some pretty intense wind gusts. And it was taking the whole brunt of it on the canvas of the pop top. And it felt not good. Canvas was really stretching, so we closed it up and are sitting downstairs now, hoping to ride the storm out. All right, sitting inside the Troopy here in the Grand Tetons, and a storm is blowing through, and this car is rocking. We have the top open, and the wind is hitting us, sideways, and so we're just a sail right now. You can hear a weird noise. That bzzz sound. I'm not sure what it is, but I can stop it when I go outside and I put my arm in front of our boxes that are on the roof. That noise stops, so it's probably just the plastic of the boxes vibrating against the aluminum roof rack. I don't know, man. This is super scary. I don't like this. I don't like this feeling at all, right?
Not even a little bit.
Man, that place was awesome. And we get there, and the very first night we camp. We get up the next morning.
We have an uninvited guest.
All right, so last night it appears that a mouse got into the Troopy, and there were mouse turds everywhere and a little bit of mouse pee, and different items of food had been nibbled on. Chocolate, which I can understand. I would nibble on chocolate too. Rice cakes. No idea why you would go after rice cakes. And a few other things. And because we are here on this ridge, and we don't want to lose this camp spot, we haven't packed up everything to head into town to grab mouse traps that we would use to execute the shit out of this mouse. So instead of doing that, we're going to fashion a mouse trap, and hopefully this mouse will be no more. Gorilla tape.
A wire.
Peter Pan creamy peanut butter.
Olive oil.
I farted.
Pot.
Container. Screw.
Drill.
Yeah. This mouse is ours.
God. Fresh peanut butter.
Be careful. I've heard that there's crying wolves in peanut butter. There was a crying wolf in this peanut butter.
Look at all this.
What?
Plastic. From the lid.
Oh, don't eat it. You'll have retarded children.
Delicious.
Yeah. The perfect dollop of death.
It is done.
The death trap has been made. Now we wait. All right, it's morning time. Let's see if we caught ourselves a mouse.
Mouse poops. Ooh, I touched one. Oh, gross!
We did not catch a mouse in our ill-conceived mouse trap. Oh well. Fortunately, today a friend is coming to hang out with us here at this campsite, and he will be stopping somewhere in town to pick up mouse traps. And we will execute this mouse. Here he comes. There's Otis. Easy, Tiger. Fucking Aiden's just gonna fucking... Yeah. This dude's fucking fearless. Oh my god.
Hello!
Jesus Christ, man. Scared the shit out.
His shift linkage is stuck.
Common synchro problem.
We have the secret fix for this because Ripley used to do the same shit.
Yeah?
What's up, little buddy?
Hey.
Hang on.
Oh, look at these two guys here. Just so excited to get right back underneath the van again. I mean, first chance. Look at these guys. This is how much they miss synchros. I've got other stuff that you can work on if you want to.
No, I'm good, man. So done.
Wow, what a gorgeous rig. You guys just so pumped?
We are. Yeah. Super high, by the way.
Hey, yeah, hi, sorry.
Anytime I see a synchro, I feel like I gotta get up underneath it. Thought I was done with this shit.
Yeah, right, dude. You jumped right under there. Actually, Jessica did.
You want me to jump under there? What's up, buddy? Good to see you.
Good to see you guys. What a great spot. I looked on the map, I was like, all right, sweet, looks like they're out in the middle of nowhere. Then I zoomed in, and I saw the road, I was like, oh, they're at like a campsite. Then I was coming up here, I was like, oh no, these guys got it, they know. Let me see this rig.
Yeah.
Show me.
Let me wash my hands. This is what owning a Volkswagen Synchro looks like. This is what owning a Toyota Troop Carrier looks like.
I actually just, right before coming up here, went and shoved a bunch of rocks in there, knowing that it would make you guys really happy for me to show up with a few problems.
Look at how happy Petunia is to see you. This is the most animated she's been all day.
Hi. Hi, sweetie.
That's it, man.
There you are. Dude. Hey, it's okay. Wow, look at this thing. So cool.
Hey,
oh,
hush,
so I see it. I was curious about how the
Light it.
Like how the roof, your bed, like interacted with the pop top area.
Yeah. After Aiden checked out the Troopy and recognized its clear vehicular superiority as the ultimate overland rig, we returned to his Synchro where we attempted to fix his shift linkage issue. Turned out, however, that his linkage was fine. His gearbox had chewed up a synchronizer ring. Where have I heard this before? Something's wrong with second gear, guys. Anytime we're under load, can't seem to get her into second gear. Later that night, we went about setting mouse traps to finally extinguish the life of our resident rodent.
Setting some mouse traps.
Is this mouse gonna die tonight?
Sadly, yes.
Sadly.
Oh, yeah. And no.
This mouse deserves to die. And send his soul packing into the afterlife. Damn, this is scary. All right, it's the next morning, and we need to check mouse traps. This one here is still good, but I think I heard a snap in the night, and maybe the one that we put in the cabinet executed the mouse. Let's see. I've not looked yet. This is my first time checking this out. Here we go. I knew that your life was going to end 'cause peanut butter is the murder sauce.
When it comes to our tiny little space, it's just not something that we can't really tolerate. We can't have them multiplying and eating our food and
Pooping everywhere.
So we had to take them out.
Yeah, and we did. And then we made him a little grave.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
I did. I felt kind of bad for him.
Yeah.
Because he was really cute.
Yeah.
But, you know.
You gave him a beautiful tribute, though.
I feel like if somebody gives me that level of tribute at my funeral, I'll rest in peace for sure.
Excellent.
Yeah, so, you know, take notes from what I did. But yeah, the mouse happened, and we explored a little bit with Aiden. We hung out a lot with Aiden there on the hill.
What's up, y'all? Aiden Klemenko here. This is Otis, my van. He's been out of commission for a really long time, but I'm back on the road now for the first time in like 2 years, which is super exciting. We're in the Tetons right now. And yeah, cruising hard. There's Jorge.
Tell me your greatest regret.
In life?
Yeah.
Buying this van. Here, I got this, dude.
All right, cool.
This is the engine right here. This is a wire. This is a tube. This is my air intake. I've been learning a lot about engines over the past few months, so I know a lot about where things are, what types of things different things are, and it's really been
What's this thing right here?
a long.
So
It's a cap.
Okay, that's called the cap.
Yep.
What is this?
Also a cap.
But they're
Different types of cap. Yeah, that's a black one. That's a blue one. It's a pretty complicated, deal. It takes some time to, figure out all the ins and outs. But once you get it, then you know where to turn the key on and get it to go, stuff like that. I don't know what else to say.
Aiden spent 3 nights hanging out with us on that little ridge in Curtis Canyon. Throughout our time together, we talked about life stuff, camera stuff, rig stuff, what his future travel plans were. His goal was to ship his Synchro down to South America later that year and begin traveling that continent. But once again, the turbo diesel converted Synchro curse struck, and his gearbox blew only a few hours after we parted ways. And he would blow yet another turbo before finally selling that Synchro and getting into something more reliable. And so, with Aiden headed towards his own adventures, it was time for Jessica and I to wrap up our time in the Tetons and begin heading further west. We're often asked how it is we go about planning our travel. In the time we've been on the road, we've gone from strictly planning our routes and stays to flying by the seat of our pants. If we like a place, we stay. If the weather starts to suck, we move on. If we want to see something else, we saddle up and ride out, and if we're tired of camping, we look for an Airbnb. And so it was now, as we headed towards Salt Lake City, Utah, where we had an appointment with a shop. And we wanted to stop in at a museum to see the 70 series trucks that first inspired us to seek out our own Land Cruiser for our world travel plans. We'll pick up here next time. Until then, live free and drive hard.
Does it make you sad when you see a dead mouse?
It does every time. I'm like, oh.
Do you remember?
Like, you had to die, but I wish we could snuggle and I could cuddle you.
Remember the synchro when you saw the dead mouse?
Yeah.
Like, you were
I was
like,
so surprised.
you opened the door, you were like,
Checking the mouse trap. Oh, it's there!
and then you slammed it shut.
All right, Wanderers, that's it for this one. If you enjoyed it, remember to leave a like, leave a comment, and if you feel so led, consider supporting us on Patreon. We'll see you guys in the next one.